Joined by the Honorable Council Members Jose Rizar and Paul Krikorian. We have a few agendas here. Do we have a judge? Well, you guys are elected. You earned it. We do have with us a candidate for the North Valley area. And without further ado, we'll get into this and then we'll go through the agenda. So I would like to welcome Mr. Heronian. Got it. And I have to come on up, sir. And thank you for your consideration in serving the city. Can you share a little bit about yourself, please? Give us a little bit of background.
Yes. My name is Sean Hartunian. I'm by trade an civil engineer. I served the Department of Building and Safety for City of Los Angeles from 1988 till 1994. And I was also an assistant building department manager for City of Beverly Hills from 1994 to 1996. After that, I own a medical laboratory located in Van Nuys, California. It's called Primex Clinical Laboratories. We are the largest privately owned medical laboratory in the state with 200 employees, and we operate out of Van Nuys. I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
Great. And one of the, as a former building and safety official, there is familiarity with the city family, the department, planning, and its interrelationships as we build out the city, preserve it, protect it. Can you share with me how do you see your impact in this commission?
In this commission, I'm hoping that in this commission we can achieve a balance between business and residents. The most important thing is to be able to ease a little bit and give opportunity to businesses to bring in revenues to the city, and also make it more as your concern, as we talked about, was affordable housing. I have 200 employees, as I said, and the lack of affordable housing is very noticeable within the area that I'm in. So hopefully we can create a balance in that regards.
Great. And as you depart, let's say it's so many years later, and now you're walking away, you want to turn around and look behind you, what would you like to see that's left behind because of your input and your influence?
Well, hopefully the decisions that we've made make the city a better place to live. Hopefully
Great.
That's the impact that we would have. And again, thank you for the nomination.
Well, thank you for your time. Colleagues, any questions or observations?
Mr. Chairman, I've had pleasure of knowing Mr. Hartunian for a number of years now. He's been a prominent business leader in the Van Nuys area, important behind-the-scenes leader who doesn't like to get a lot of recognition, but always makes a contribution in civic life in the area. And I'm proud that the mayor has nominated him, and it'll be my great pleasure to work with him in the North Valley Area Planning Commission. I strongly support his nomination.
I think that is unanimous. So, Mr. Hartunian, thank you so much for your work. I believe the clerk, do we have a date for Mr. Hartunian?
Yes, he's going to be in council on Tuesday, July 26th.
Great. Well, thank you, sir, again. That is a full confirmation from this committee. We'll go with that recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Colleagues, we do have a few items on the agenda today. Item 5 will continue to July 26th.
Item 5, Councilman, I think it's September 27th.
Okay, item 2 is going to be continued to July 26th. I'm reading up the wrong column. Item 3 will continue July 26th as well. And
Is this the one you want to be limited?
okay. Well, let's do this. Let's hold on item 3. We'll make that special for the moment. Number 4, we'll move on consent. Any questions on that one, colleagues? Okay. All right. Okay, Council District, let's see, item 5 will continue to September 27th. We don't have the director here today. On item 3, we have, can you read that into the record?
Sure. Councilman, item 3 is a status report relative to the development of a USC specific plan and as well as a nexus study being prepared by the planning department in response to Emotion Parks Perry.
Okay, so if we could have just a brief presentation from the staff, and I'd like to do is continue this for 2 weeks, and we do have a couple of cards on this item as well. So we just give us, not even a 3-minute presentation, just give us what we'll be expecting in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and council members. Faisal Roble, Planning Department. The update is on the USC specific plan, which is in reaction to a master plan that USC developed for its growth to the year 2030. The City Council instructed the Planning Department in order to unify the vision of USC versus, as well as the vision of the city and the community stakeholders to draft and work on a specific plan. That specific plan consists of 4 components: the nexus study, environmental impact report, a specific plan with a development agreement with it, and core campus projects that we wanted to expedite that will be looked at as part of the site plan review. To date, we have conducted about 20 meetings to involve and engage all the stakeholders. In addition to that, we have been having a bi-weekly meeting with all the elected officials, deputies for planning. So far, the vetting process has been strong. We continue to do that, and we will have additional workshops, additional public hearings, both in the community as well as part of the APC, until we come to CPC and then ultimately to the City Council. We have had 2 major milestones this week. We released the Nexus study and the final environmental impact report, which both were posted online. Just one quick explanation that I would like to do is that in addition to the environmental report which we prepared, the Nexus study looks both at the areas that traditionally the environmental impact studies, plus some additional analysis and additional areas that we looked into. And we think that this is a very expanded examination and analysis. And I would like to give more update next week. I know you are pressed with time. And with that, I would welcome more questions.
Thank you. So we will continue this item for 2 weeks, and thank you for that brief presentation. We do have a few speaker cards. Again, we'll keep the public comment open as well in the next 2 weeks. But just for the sake of brevity and the fact that you're here, I want to recognize that. So we have with us Maggie Fajner. Thank you, sir. You okay? All right. Brian League.
Thank you, Chair and members of the Council. I'm Brian League. I'm with the University of Southern California. I just wanted to acknowledge the process and thank the Planning Department for guiding us through the preparation of the Nexus study. There wasn't very little precedent for this. I think we were the first private entity to enter into some sort of voluntary agreement to conduct a Nexus study. We hope it provides the community and the City Council and the Planning Department useful information as we move forward with the university's specific plan and as the Planning Department continues to develop the community plans in the area. So we want to be inclusive. We want to engage the public, and I think we've demonstrated in the past that we've done that. We want to continue to move forward with the project. Thank you. And to clarify, 2 weeks, August 3rd, or you had mentioned July 20, August 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. David Robinson, our final speaker. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm David Robinson from SAGE, and SAGE is a member of the Unidad Coalition, and we've been very active in engaging in the public process regarding the USC-specific plan. And we just want to thank you for continuing the discussion for 2 weeks to give everyone time to read and analyze the report. As you know, we've been waiting for this for a long time. It was actually supposed to be released before the draft EIR. We are now after the final EIR, so we're actually quite behind in the process. And so one thing we do hope is, since it has taken such a long time for this report to be released, there'd be ample time to analyze it, to discuss it, to consider its implications, so that it ends up generating meaningful input. So again, we thank you for continuing the discussion and for allowing this public process.
Thank you, sir. So we continued August 2nd. That's the right date. And that covers public comment. That's been continued as well. So that'll be the action of this committee. But there's anything else on the agenda?
Is there public comment?
Anybody here for public comment in general? Are you to tell me, Roberto, that that's it?
That's it, Councilman.
My gosh. Have a great summer. Thank you, folks.